Dorie Miller was born in Waco, Texas, a small town with a rich history and a close-knit community. The year was 1919, a time when the world was still recovering from the Great War and the Spanish flu pandemic. He was named after his father, Connery, but they called him Dorie for short. The Miller family was large and close-knit, with strong family values. Life was tough for the Miller family. They lived in a modest home and faced the daily struggles of rural life. They worked hard as sharecroppers, toiling in the fields from dawn till dusk to make ends meet. Dorie grew up strong and determined, shaped by the hardships and challenges of his environment. He learned the value of hard work early on, helping his family with various chores and responsibilities. School was not his calling. Though he attended classes, his heart was not in academics. Dorie dropped out in the 8th grade, feeling the need to contribute more directly to his family's welfare. He needed to help his family, taking on more responsibilities and working alongside them. He took on odd jobs, doing whatever he could to bring in extra income. He worked as a farmhand, gaining strength and resilience from the physically demanding labor. He even tried his hand as a semi-professional boxer, showcasing his physical prowess and determination. He was known as a gentle giant, always willing to lend a hand to those in need, earning the respect and admiration of his community. In 1939, Dorie Miller made a life-changing decision. The world was on the brink of another great conflict, and opportunities were scarce. He was 19 years old, full of hope and determination to make a better life for himself and his family. He decided to enlist in the United States Navy, seeking new horizons and a chance to serve his country. It was a chance for a better life, a way to escape the limitations of his upbringing and find new opportunities. It was also a chance to serve his country, to be part of something greater than himself. Little did he know, he would one day become a hero, remembered for his bravery and selflessness in the face of adversity. Dorie Miller's enlistment coincided with a dark period in American history. The armed forces were segregated. Black Americans like Miller faced discrimination and prejudice. The Navy was no exception. Black sailors were relegated to the lowest ranks. They were often denied the opportunity to advance. They were confined to menial tasks. They served as cooks, cleaners, and stewards. This was the reality that Dorie Miller faced. Despite these limitations, Miller served with dignity. He carried out his duties with pride. He never complained. He was known for his strong work ethic. He was also known for his infectious smile. He was a popular figure among his fellow sailors. But fate had other plans for Dorie Miller. Plans that would test his courage. Plans that would change the course of history. December 7, 1941. A day that would forever alter the course of history. A date etched in the annals of American history, remembered for its sudden and devastating impact. The day the Empire of Japan launched a surprise attack on Pearl Harbor, catching the United States off guard. The U.S. Pacific Fleet stationed at Pearl Harbor was caught completely off guard by the sudden onslaught. The attack plunged the United States into the Second World War, marking a turning point in global conflict. On that fateful morning, Dorie Miller, an African-American sailor, was aboard the USS West Virginia. He was assigned to his usual duties as a mess attendant, a role that kept him below deck. But as the bombs rained down on Battleship Row, Miller's life changed forever. The chaos above deck was unimaginable. The West Virginia was hit multiple times, the ship was ablaze, and the situation was dire. Amidst the carnage, Miller's instincts took over. He knew he had to do something to help. He rushed to his battle station, determined to make a difference despite the overwhelming odds. He was not trained to operate the ship's anti-aircraft guns, a task reserved for other crew members. But he knew he had to act. His courage and quick thinking were his only weapons. He took control of a .50 caliber machine gun, a weapon he had never been trained to use. He began firing at the attacking Japanese planes, his aim steady and his resolve unshakable. He fought with bravery and determination, embodying the spirit of a true hero. His actions inspired those around him, proving that courage can come from the most unexpected places. The events of that day would later become shrouded in legend. Stories circulated of Miller's incredible marksmanship. Some accounts claimed he shot down as many as 6 enemy planes. Over time, historians have questioned the exact number of planes Miller might have downed. Official records are inconclusive. The fog of war makes it difficult to determine with certainty, but one thing is clear: Dorie Miller's actions were nothing short of heroic. He displayed extraordinary courage under fire. He risked his life to defend his ship and his shipmates. He did so without hesitation. His bravery transcended the fog of war. It shone a light on the inherent injustice of segregation. It challenged the notion that black sailors were incapable of combat roles. Section 5. A beacon for equality. News of Miller's heroism spread quickly. It reached the mainland. It resonated with black Americans. Here was a man who defied the odds. He challenged the racial stereotypes of the time. The Pittsburgh Courier, a prominent black newspaper, was instrumental in bringing his story to light. They called for Miller to be recognized for his valor. They demanded that he be awarded the Medal of Honor. The Navy, however, was slow to act. The idea of awarding its highest honor to a black mess attendant was met with resistance. The segregationist policies of the time ran deep, but the pressure continued to mount. The public demanded justice for Dorie Miller. They demanded that he be given the recognition he deserved. Section 6. The Navy Cross, a recognition long overdue. Finally, in May of 1942, Dorie Miller's heroism was formally acknowledged. He was awarded the Navy Cross. It was the third highest military decoration for valor. It was the first time a black sailor had received such an honor. The ceremony took place aboard the USS Enterprise. Admiral Chester W. Nimitz himself presented Miller with the medal. It was a moment of great pride for Miller. It was also a turning point for the Navy, but the fight for equality was far from over. The Navy Cross, while significant, was not the Medal of Honor. Many believe Miller deserved the nation's highest military honor. The debate over the Medal of Honor continues to this day. Some argue that Miller's actions that day warrant the highest recognition. They point to the extraordinary circumstances. They point to his unwavering courage. Section 7. Seeds of Change, Integration, and Opportunity. Despite the ongoing debate, Dorie Miller's legacy extends far beyond medals and accolades. His story became a rallying cry for change. It forced the Navy to confront its own prejudices. In the years that followed, the Navy began to implement changes. They began to dismantle the structures of segregation. They began to offer black sailors more opportunities. Camp Robert Smalls was established in 1942. It was a training facility for black sailors. It offered them the chance to learn new skills. It offered them the chance to advance in rank. It was a step in the right direction. Miller himself became a symbol of hope. He traveled the country. He spoke at rallies. He encouraged black Americans to enlist. He told them that they too could serve their country with honor. Section 8. A Lasting Legacy from Tragedy to Triumph. This is the story of a man whose bravery and sacrifice transcended the boundaries of his time, leaving an indelible mark on history. Dorie Miller's life was tragically cut short in 1943. Born in Waco, Texas, Miller was the son of a sharecropper and grew up in a segregated America. Despite the challenges, he joined the Navy and served his country with distinction. He was aboard the USS Liscum Bay, a Casablanca-class escort carrier during World War II. The ship was part of the Gilbert Islands invasion force. The ship was torpedoed by a Japanese submarine, resulting in a catastrophic explosion that led to its sinking. The attack was swift and devastating. Miller was listed as missing in action. The news was a heavy blow to his family and comrades who had witnessed his heroism firsthand. His body was never recovered. The loss was profound, but it did not diminish the impact of his actions or the legacy he left behind. But his legacy lived on. He became a legend, a symbol of bravery and resilience. His actions during the attack on Pearl Harbor earned him the Navy Cross, making him the first African American to receive this honor. He became a symbol of courage. His story inspired countless others to serve with honor and dedication, breaking down racial barriers in the process. He became a symbol of hope. His bravery showed that heroism knows no color, and his legacy paved the way for future generations of black sailors. He paved the way for future generations of black sailors. His story became a beacon of hope and a testament to the power of courage and determination. In 1973, the Navy honored Miller by naming a ship after him. The USS Miller was a Knox-class frigate, a powerful symbol of his enduring legacy. The USS Miller was a Knox-class frigate, It served as a reminder of the sacrifices made by those who came before, and the importance of continuing their legacy. It was a fitting tribute to a man who had given so much. The ship and its crew carried forward the spirit of Dorie Miller, embodying the values he stood for. Dorie Miller's story is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, courage can shine through. His actions during World War II continue to inspire and remind us of the power of individual bravery. It is a reminder that one person can make a difference. His legacy is a testament to the impact one individual can have on the course of history. It is a reminder that we must never stop fighting for equality and justice. Dorie Miller's life and legacy continue to inspire us to strive for a better, more just world.